You were there. And I didn't see. You sat next to me. When I was breaking down. You were silent. When I screamed. You stayed. When I left. And I didn't see. Because I was looking for loud. I was looking for bright. I was looking for those who speak loudly. And you were silent. Your presence was like a shadow. Not intrusive. Not noticeable. But always there. I remember how you left tea by the door. Without a note. Without explanations. Just left it. I remember how you waited. For me to stop running. Not forcing. Not asking. Just being there. And I didn't see. Because I was busy with myself. With my pain. With my fear. With my noise. And you silently held me. Now that you are gone, I see everything. I see how you were silent, so that I could speak. I see how you stayed, so that I could leave. I see how you loved, without saying, I love you. And this silence now speaks louder than anything. You were, and I didn't see. But now, I see, and I stay. In silence. In memory. In you. I remember how you were silent, and I looked for answers in other people's voices. I remember how you stayed, and I went to where it was louder, brighter, faster. I remember how you looked at me, and I didn't look back, because it seemed to me that you were just a background, just a shadow, just someone nearby. But you were in every one of my falls, in every one of my silences, in every one of my I'm fine. That sounded like I'm hurting. You were in my pauses, in my escapes, in my attempts to be strong. And I didn't see, because I didn't know how to see those who are silent. I didn't know how to hear silence. I didn't know how to recognize love without words. Now I remember how you stayed when everyone left, how you waited silently when I couldn't come back, how you didn't demand anything, but gave everything. I remember how you just were, without explanations, without conditions, without fear. And this presence now sounds louder than all the words that I once sought. I remember how you touched my silence, not with your hands, but with your gaze, but with your presence, and by not leaving. And I didn't see, but now I see. I see how you were my space, my light, my peace. I see how you were my I am with you, even when I was alone. And this memory does not hurt. It holds, because you were, and I didn't see. But now I stay with you, in silence, in gratitude, in love that needs no words. And only when you were gone, I heard everything you kept silent about. Your silence now sounds in me. I hear it in the morning silence, when the world has not yet woken up. I hear it in the pauses between the words that others say. I hear it in myself, where it was empty before. Your silence became my voice. Not loud, not confident, but real, because you spoke not with words, but with the way you remained, with the way you were silent, with the way you were. And now, when I am silent, it is not an escape. It is a memory. It is a connection. I remember how you were there, when I could not be with myself, and your silence held me. When I fell, I remember how you did not ask, but knew, how you didn't explain, but understood, how you didn't save, but stayed. And now I stay, with others, with myself, with you. I am silent, but in this silence there is you. I am silent, but in this silence there is love. I am silent, but in this silence there is everything that you once silently gave me. And I thank you, not with words, but with silence, because it is she now speaks for both of us. Now I see, not with my eyes, but with my memory, with what is left after you. I see how you were silent, so that I could speak, how you stayed, so that I could leave, how you loved, without saying, I love. and I hear you. In silence. In the morning light. In the pauses between words. Your silence is now my language. My memory. My presence. I no longer seek the loud. I do not seek the bright. I do not seek those who shout. I seek those who are silent. Who remain. Who simply are. Because they are the ones who speak the most deeply. Now that I am silent, I am not afraid. Because I know. You were. And you are. In me. In silence. In everything that is left after you. I stay. Not because I have to. But because I want to. I stay. As you stayed with me. I am silent. As you were silent with me. I love. As you loved me. And this silence now speaks for both of us. Because you were there. And I didn't see. But now I see. And I stay.